Today I'm going to be reviewing these iPerot solar landscape lights that were recently sent to me by the brand. So I'm going to open this up, show you what you're going to get inside of here. Now, they do sell a variety of different sets. This is going to be a 2-pack. I believe they sell like a single, a 2-pack, a 4-pack, if I remember correctly. So they do have some different ones. And these are going to be larger. They can be adjusted. So you can just twist this here to adjust this. So that's going to allow you to move that at whatever angle you need to. You got your lights up here. And then your solar panel is going to be here at the top. Typically, they're going to have a plastic across the top of them. Let me try and get in here and see. And yeah, it does. So it's just going to have like a plastic cover on the solar panel. So you're just going to kind of have to pull that off, as that will yellow with time. So you're just going to need to, kind of pick it off a little bit. And then once you get the edge, then you can pull it the rest of the way off of the solar panel itself. So that's going to just kind of pick and pull right off of there. Struggling without nails to get that off the edge. But once you get it big enough, then it should pull. There we go. So I would definitely be nicer if that had a little bit better edge to it, but you can kind of see what that's going to look like now that it's nice and shiny. So that's going to help it get more of the sun. Now this is going to then connect onto the bottom, and then you're going to have this that you can use to connect onto there. Now, if you wanted to, you could just screw this directly on to your porch. So if, for example, you're trying to light up your porch, for example, let's say, then you could use this for that. Now this is going to have an on-off button right here on the back, and then when it is exposed to light, it should automatically shut off, right? So that's going to be brightness. Typically, they're going to only come on when it is dark. So I'm not sure if that light is not bright enough or if there's a different setting. Let's see here. Push it once. And no, I'll have to read the instructions and double check on that. But typically, you're only going to, it should only be on when it's dark. When exposed to light, it should automatically turn off, is how they'll typically are going to use. But let me go ahead and check the user manual. So I figured it out. I actually just wasn't leaving it on facing the light long enough. So it does have a few different modes you can choose from. I think 5 different ones it said. So you've got like low, medium, and high on the brightness. And then you have flashing, which I'm not sure why you would need. And then you have SOS, right? So this is going to automatically, after you set it to the correct one, it's going to automatically change. So when it gets dark, it's going to turn on. And then when it gets light, you'll see here it'll be on for a minute, and then it will turn off. So when it's exposed to light, it will turn off. It just takes it a second to do. Now, I'm not sure why, but it seems to flash red all of the time when it's exposed to light. Like that's the charging thing. And I really feel like that's kind of a waste of battery, and I'm not sure why it does that. I'm going to leave it on its brightest setting here. And you can see even on its brightest setting, that little red light is still going to flash. And then you can't see it, but okay, so the little red light does go off. Okay, so it goes off when this is powered on, but then when it's exposed to light and it's charging, then the little red light just kind of flashes in there. So that's kind of a weird little thing. I'm not sure why. I feel like that would use more of the battery. So I'm not sure why they would have that on there when it's actively charging. Not sure why. It is going to be plenty bright though, of course. Let me go ahead and go into a dark room and show you the brightness of that. Now this room is 100% bright, and as you can see, it is easily lighting it up. Now again, this is going to be on its brightest setting. This is going to be on the dim, so it gets dim, or gets bright and then gets dim. Again, I'm not sure why you would need this unless you're trying to like light up your landscaping specifically. And then you're going to have off. And then this is going to be just like low, medium, and then high brightness. And then you're going to have that one. So it's going to get brighter and then get dimmer. So you're going to have 4 settings, and then off would be your 5th setting. And that's going to be the off button. And when it's off, you're not going to have any light at all coming from this. When you're here, again, I'm not showing any red flashing at all if I were to expose it to light. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Should kick off here in just a minute, unless it's not quite enough light. It's possible it's not. It does need to be enough light, like if it senses that it's kind of dimmer. Let me go into the other room here. Yeah, it just wasn't quite bright enough there. So then when it goes to bright enough when it's charging, then the red light starts flashing on it. So definitely a nice pair of solar lamps, like landscape lights. These work great for lighting up steps, for lighting up specific bushes or plants or those sorts of things at night. Work good for all of those sorts of things.